So why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I'm gonna be unoriginal. I'm gonna say immigration policy because that's my favorite policy of his. Honestly,
Okay, which immigration policy?
um, I thought isn't immigration just his policy?
No, no, what immigration policy?
Deportation.
Okay, what deportation policy?
Oh my God, is you gonna follow up with every question? Like, what's going on? I don't see you do this with other people. You don't do this with other people.
You mean ask questions about their view just to clarify what their perspective is?
Yes, I've seen your past lives, and you don't follow up with a question with another question with another question. You don't do that. Why are you doing that with me?
Trying to understand what your view is before I respond to it.
You know what my view is. You obviously know. You know what my view is. You're just
And by the way,
trying to play
I
dumb.
do ask these questions all the time.
No, you don't. I've seen your past lives.
Okay, I do. Yeah, you can ask the people in my guest
Well,
box, or not my guest box in the chat.
I'm telling you, I've seen your past lives, and the ones I've seen, you don't do this with people. I don't know why you're doing this
Okay.
with me. Like,
Regardless, do you want to respond?
is going to be another follow up question. If it is, then I just don't know. Like, are you going to do another follow up question?
Depends.
What? That's not a debate, Parker.
Do you want to like answer the question instead of just complaining about it? Because this isn't a debate
I'm
right
not
now.
playing. That's not a debate, though. That's not a
You
debate.
complaining right now isn't a debate. Would you like to get back to the debate?
Yeah, sir.
Well, dude,
Say it again.
I don't know, man. What were we even talking about? I think I was asking you about like what
Immigration,
I asked you
immigration,
what
deportation.
specific mass deportation policy. That's what I think I asked you.
Oh, um, Matt. Damn. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Okay, so then like what immigration policy in general are you referencing?
Um, every illegal immigrant that's here, I want him, and I like that he's gonna deport every single one,
Okay, so you think everyone
even
in
if they're working hard.
okay, you think everyone in the country undocumented should be deported, correct?
Illegal, illegal.
Okay, well, if they're in the country undocumented, under your view, they should be
You're legal.
under your view, they should be deported. So then here's my question. Right, someone who, when they were an infant, was brought to this country. We don't know who their parents are. They were left with a family that took care of them that didn't know who their parents were, where they came from. They're in the country undocumented. By the time they're 18 years old, should they be deported?
Can we say illegal?
No.
Why?
I don't know why you're asking me that. No. Now answer the question.
Yes, they should.
You should what?
They should be deported
Where?
back to their country of origin,
What country?
the country they were born.
We don't know.
How do you not know?
I just told you they were brought to this country, right? And the family that they're staying with, they don't know who the parents were. They like say for example, like like in those movies and TV shows, like the infant is left on the doorstep, like that would be like the
Yeah.
example. We don't know who the parents are. We have no clue. But
Okay.
the family specifically was a Christian family that found the baby on their doorstep and thought to take care of them.
Okay. Okay. Well, they can do a DNA test to find out their nationality, can't they?
Okay. If it is the case that they have multiple different ethnicities specifically that you would associate with different nationalities, in that context, which country should they be sent to?
Whatever they feel that's appropriate.
Whatever they feel that's appropriate. So you don't have a specific country, you don't have a specific place that you can identify, you don't know? You don't know where they should be deported?
Well, I'm not gonna go out calling countries like I'm not gonna do that. But whatever.
In order to deport someone, you have to know where you're deporting them, right?
Yes, but that's
Okay, if you
under.
don't know where they're deporting them, and then how can you deport them?
They would because they would do a DNA test and see what race and nationality they are.
Again, race and ethnicity specifically don't determine your nationality. But even if it was the case that we specifically are referencing someone who has multiple different backgrounds, right? It is the case that we could obviously provide an example where you wouldn't know based upon that, even based upon your own perspective.
I just feel whatever they feel is appropriate, they should just bring them back.
Again, where should they be deported? You said every person who's undocumented should be deported. Where should they be deported?
Wherever they were, to their back to their country.
Okay,
So if they're
again, their country is the United States of America. You say, quote unquote, where they're
no, they're
born.
not.
By the way, you
It's
say
not.
you say they should be sent back to where they're born, while also simultaneously arguing there shouldn't be birthright citizenship.
Why not?
What? You can't argue both. You can't argue that how you identify specifically a country of origin of specifically someone who's undocumented is based upon the country they were born in, while also claiming you don't believe in birthright citizenship.
Why can't I? I can do both.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you believe that like someone being born in a certain country gives them citizenship? Is that your view?
No.
Okay. So then clearly, why would it be the case that just because they were born in a different country, that means that they're a citizen there?
What?
Well, then why would it mean that just because they were born in another country that they would be a citizen there?
Damn.
You can say where the road goes.
What?
Is that meme too early for you? Am I too old?
What is that? What is that?
Am I too old for the younger generation now?
How old are you?
I'm 23, dude.
23?
Yeah, dude.
The
Do you
fuck
not
is
know that meme?
the
Do you not know that meme?
fuck is that meme?
Come on, man. You got to know that meme. That meme is like
Gotcha.
one of the top memes of all time.
No, it's not. Where's it from?
I don't know exactly where it'd be like one place, but it's
Oh, but it's the
specifically.
top meme. You don't know where it's from, but it's the top meme. How's that?
Well, I
How's
think
that?
I think a lot of people would probably say Vine, but like I mean I don't think it's only off of Vine. But why are you so mad, bro?
Because you're making no sense. Nobody knows that meme. Only you do.
Dude, what do you mean? My whole chat knows the meme.
Yeah, because you probably put it up on the screen one time, and you probably say it throughout your lives, and that's how they
No,
know.
no.
You're telling me this is the first time you've said it online?
I probably said it a few times before, maybe.
Right, so that's how they probably know. They probably saw you and heard you singing the
Dude,
meme, and then
why are you so mad about this?
I'm not mad.
Well, you clearly are. You're complaining, bro.
You don't have to be mad to be complaining. I can be calm and complaining.
Oh,
Can I?
it sounds like you're mad and complaining.
No. This is how I naturally am.
No, I was just saying in this certain context, right? Like you clearly seem like
Right. Yeah,
there's something
this
about what
is
I said that you clearly didn't like. That's all I'm just indicating.
the fact that you said that it's a known meme and it's the top meme when nobody knows that meme besides your chat because they probably heard you singing it and saying it
Okay,
and then they
bro,
searched it
who
up
cares,
themselves.
dude? It's a meme. Who cares?
Well, it's not a known meme. It's not top.
Who cares?
You do.
Okay.
You said it's the top meme, so
It's
you
not
care.
that serious, bro.
It is.
No, it's not. Do you want to give me like an actual debate point, or would you like to insert MAGA tears into this cup?
MAGA tears.
MAGA tears, yeah. MAGA tears go into this cup. Okay, just clarifying.
You're the one who brought up the meme, and then we sidetracked here.
Okay. And
Right. And then
tears are inserted here.
oh my god, bro, that is that cup even real glass?
Yeah, I don't know why everything about reality you need to be concerned about, but
Well, if it's not real glass, then it shouldn't be a MAGA cup.
what the fuck, dude? When
Cause that just shows you're broke. If you don't have real glass, a real glass cup, is it real glass?
what would the cup being glass or not glass have to do with me being quote unquote broke? What is that? Were
Because
you trying to like use that as like an insult?
of course not. Did you take it as insult? Of course not.
No, it sounded like you were trying to do that as rage bait.
Rage bait? No, I don't do that.
See, the whole time you've been on the live, that's what you've been doing. You act like I
It's
can't.
not
I can't identify common trends like that.
rage bait's a trend.
Yeah, a trend in behavior.
Well, I'm not doing that. Whatever you're saying, I'm not doing.
Okay, well then, do you want to give me like a reason why you support Donald Trump, or do you just want to keep doing this?
Well, you sidetracked, and like, so I don't know where you want to go. You first brought up the
I just
meme,
told you.
and now you brought up the MAGA cup, and then you
Oh my
said, and now
Jesus
you brought
Christ,
up
dude! I'm about to go on to the
you
next
make no.
person.
Why do you get mad that we sidetracked, and now because you're the one who brought up like all these topics besides like Trump,
Hey man,
and
just
now
go
you're getting
back.
mad
What is
at
the reason why you support Donald Trump?
immigration. I told you that, and deportation. I told you that.
Yeah, but I asked you like what specific immigration policy you couldn't mention. I asked you what specific deportation policy you couldn't mention. So clearly, what would it be about immigration?
That he's removing and deporting illegals. That's what I like.
Deporting
That's
undocumented
I like
immigrants.
that.
And then I asked you a question about a
Illegal. Why
specific.
don't you say illegal? Why I don't know why you don't say that. Why don't you say illegal and you say undocumented? I don't understand that.
Well, I think the common trend of calling people "quote unquote" illegals is a dehumanizing term, right?
No, but they are. It's the truth.
Also, like I don't think it should be illegal if we're talking
Why
about people
not?
who are in the country who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime. They just aren't documented. I believe that they have a right to be in the country.
If they're not documented, how do we know who they are?
If they're not documented, what do you mean?
Like we don't have any documents of them. So how do we know who they are? We don't know where they came from.
We don't know who they are.
Exactly, and that's a bad thing.
Right?
Do you not know?
That's
Do you
why we
not?
should give them a legal pathway to citizenship.
No, we shouldn't.
Why not? Wouldn't that allow for us to identify people? Because it is the case that it would give them a incentive to identify themselves to authorities.
Well, yes, but if they already broke the trust by breaking in, so and why should they give them why should we give them a pathway to citizenship if like we can't even trust them?
Because we know the legal processes like were not justified, and also it doesn't mean that we can't trust them. It just means that the legal processes didn't make any sense. If you're saying that committing a crime means that you can't trust somebody, well then you wouldn't trust Donald Trump, right? Because he's a convicted criminal held civilly liable.
I
When
trust Donald Trump.
okay, so you can obviously trust criminals, right?
Well, I can trust Donald Trump, but people that break in, no, I can't trust
Why
them
not?
because we because they because they're just breaking into our country because they know our country is a good place to get a job. That's the only reason they're
And
here
and,
is to
and
gain.
how is that worse than what Donald Trump has done?
How's that worse? Because
Yeah,
they're using us for our jobs and our money.
they're. What do
That's
you
all.
mean?
You really think they're
Wait,
here
if
to like
anything,
be all
undocumented. But I
rainbows?
just want to let you know, if anything, undocumented immigrants are the ones getting exploited in our country. What are you talking about? Actually, undocumented immigrants provide for our economy in terms of GDP and in terms of like
They
revenues.
provide because they work. That's it.
Wait, I'm
And they
sorry. I'm
work
sorry. They work. They demand goods
because
and
they need a
services like
job.
everyone else in the economy. What do you provide uniquely that an undocumented immigrant does not?
Probably, I do more than what they do.
What do you do?
I work outside in the heat. I do everything that they can do.
Like what? A lot of undocumented immigrants also work outside in the heat. I'm confused what your point is.
Yeah, and then they break a sweat and then they quit.
So what do you do? What do
I
you mean
don't
they
quit.
quit? They have a higher labor force participation rate than natural born U.S. citizens.
Not me.
Okay, well you can say not me. What do you do for work, bro?
I do landscaping.
Landscaping. Okay, so you think you're
Yeah.
you think because you do landscaping you're like better than everyone?
Did I say that? Did I imply that?
You clearly implied that.
Just because I said that, not me, that means that I'm better than everyone?
Well, you were saying that like wait, what do you think you were saying? What were you trying to argue before?
They just quit. And they're only
They
here.
don't. That's
They're only,
ridiculous. They have a higher labor force participation rate than natural born U.S. citizens. So
not me. I'm saying not me.
I don't care. I'm talking about undocumented immigrants versus natural born U.S. citizens. They have a higher labor force participation rate.
Not higher than mine.
What do you mean higher than yours? Do you know what a labor force participation rate is?
No,
So then shut the up.
that's rude.
Good.
So you're just rude every time. Every time.
I mean, you're rude to undocumented immigrants. You just can't take it
How?
back targeted towards
How am
yourself.
I rude to them? They broke in. Do you not care that they just break in? They can just. They just
I
feel like they have
actually
free
to
will to
be
just do
frank with
anything
you,
they want.
I don't give a flying. If they haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, I don't think that they should be deported from the country. Now, someone like Donald Trump, who's been
Yeah, I
held
do.
civilly liable of a woman that's a convicted criminal of 34 felonies and also released violent criminals who beat police officers, admitted to it, and were convicted of it, like into the country because they did his bidding on January 6th. Yeah, I think in that circumstance, you should probably care more about, what the president of the United States did in terms of his criminal record than you care about a misdemeanor from an undocumented immigrant coming to this country for a better life. It's actually sad that you sit there and
Yeah,
you
they're
say that like
using
what
us.
that is so horrible, but then you voted for a
They're
violent
using. I
but
understand that
then
they're
you voted
using
for a
us.
violent like what?
They're using us though.
How do you feel about the Epstein list?
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it. You should look at Trump's True Social. A bunch of MAGA are mad about him about it.
They're using us. The illegals.
Undocumented immigrants are not using anyone in the country. If anything, our country is using
They're
them.
using our
They should.
jobs. They're using to get away.
What? What did you just say?
I said they're using to get away. They're using us.
I'm confused. What does that even mean?
They're leaving their country because they have a bad life there or whatever's going on in their life they don't like, right? So they're trying to get away. So then they come over here, right? Don't do the process because obviously it's not good, right? So they're like, oh, the process, right? Because it's not good, right? So then they just cross the border, right? And then they're like, oh, let me go get a job. Let me get a better life, right? So they get the job and then it's like, whoop de doo. They're like, oh, it's fine.
Okay. So, undocumented immigrants, like when they come for a better life, that doesn't like harm you at all. I'm confused what your point is. How does that harm you?
Well, why do they have to come to us? Why can't they just better their life there?
I'm sorry. Like, I have a question. Do you think that immigration is wrong? Do you think it was wrong for me to have moved from Iowa to California?
If you do it illegally, yes.
Okay, so wait, so you said it's totally okay to do it
I don't
legally.
like.
So you
I think you're
understand,
getting
so that
me
you at
messed
least
up.
understand the reasons specifically as to why people are doing so, right? Are trying to come to the country or immigrate here, right? So
Yes, because they have a bad
just
life.
the idea of like, oh, they should have done this in their own country is ridiculous because you don't say that with legal immigrants.
Yeah, because they're illegal.
Okay.
I think you're getting me. Let me say something. Let me respond. I think you're getting me mixed up with when I immigrants, legal immigrants, and illegal
Wait.
immigrants. I don't like
The same
illegal.
argument that you just provide to undocumented immigrants also apply to legal immigrants, but you don't apply it to legal immigrants. So I'm demonstrating that you shouldn't also apply it to
Because they're
undocumented
illegal.
immigrants.
There's a difference. There's a
Yeah, but what's
complete
what
difference.
about them being in the country through the legal process changes how they should be treated in that context?
Because they did it the right way. They came here the right way.
And why does that
They didn't just
matter? Why does that matter so much to you when our
because they
current
actually
legal
did the process and waited and and waited their turn, right? But the ones that don't care, they
but like
don't
the
care.
line is made and it's unjustified because the line has been made and it's artificially long for no reason.
One more time, say that again.
Yeah, so the line is artificially long for no reason. Created by Republicans. Republicans have been consistently making the line artificially long. So obviously, if the line takes 5 to 7 years to go through, you probably wouldn't want to go through that line